Hi, this demo talks about load balancing between various instances of the same application, in this case checkbox IO. As you can see, I have created DigitalOcean droplets which contain this checkbox IO application on them. For the purpose of demo, I am going to show you the balancing of requests between two nodes, DevOps test and DevOps test, with these IPs. The proxy or the load balancer is going to lie on a third droplet, which is this IP. So I will demonstrate how to toggle between these two checkbox IO instances using this proxy server. First of all, this is my proxy server, and this is where the code for my server called proxy infra JavaScript lies. These are the two droplets which contain my checkbox IO application, as you can see here. So I go ahead and launch the application on my proxy server. First of all, I need to be running this application. So this is the first, and this is my second server. I start my proxy server, which is going to be run on port 4001. So I access my checkbox IO application through my proxy server, and I go ahead and try to create a survey on this. So if you see that I keep refreshing this page, and this request is going to be going to one of the servers to see whether it has actually been toggling. I have logged this request on my proxy server, which shows that it has been toggling between the server 105.8 and 107.95, which you see is the ones which the checkbox running on them. So once you see that the load is actually being balanced via the proxy server, I now want to demonstrate that I can use a feature flag to turn off or turn on a feature of this application. The feature that I choose for this is the research code. So this feature is accessible from here, which is the invite code. So invite code is the code which actually has to be present. Also, this has to be a certain keyword, for example, a research. Now I can enable or disable this feature, which would mean that entering any string here would let me create my study in spite of whatever I entered in this space. So first of all, I would try to demonstrate to you that this feature will not work if I enter any random string. But to show that my feature is enabled, I have a key set in my proxy server which shows whether my feature is turned on or not. So I'm going to open a new instance. And I log into the redis CLI. This is where I store my feature flag. So if I do a get on the key that is used to toggle this feature, I call this key my key. I see that this feature is currently off. So I first of all put it on, and put this on and show you that if I enter any random string in my invite code, it should not work. So I create a study here. I try to create this, and you see I get an error, could not create study, invalid invite code. Now to make this work, I'm going to go back to my Redis CLI. I'm going to set this key to off, and upon getting it, I see this key is off now. So I go back to my application, and the same parameters, I try to create a study again. And I see that this was successfully created, which meant that the feature had been turned off. I hope this demo was helpful for you. Thank you.